Welcome back, February 20th, President's Day. Happy President's Day, everyone. Pulaski County Gym here. We're 14 minutes counting down to the start of our doubleheader tonight to kick off the district tournament here at Pulaski County Gym with the Lady Maroons and the Lady Rebels. But yeah, James, you just mentioned thoughts on the Lady Rebels coming in here tonight. They're 14-16 on the season, and they are wearing the trimmed jumpsuits here to start here with the baby blue and black, looks like the Hoosier candy cane stripes, pinstripes. I don't know, they make it work, I guess. Definitely reminds me of the Ole Miss Rebels colors. But tonight, folks, James, it's our favorite time of year. We have a do or die situation. You are blessed to have the season that you have. You put it out there, and then now it's the dream keeps rolling as much as you're willing to put in. So you lose, you go home, you win, and you proceed. So, James, tonight, Coach A was very simple tonight in shoot around. He said, keys to the game is put the ball in the basket more times than the other team.
Well, you know, I'm not going to say that always works. So how about if you have one more basket than them, but they have a bunch of threes? Yeah, right. So, I mean, technically, well, we better speak another way right here. But, yeah, I do like the uniforms. I actually like the back of them coming out from Casey County. You can shoot a lot more free throws too, Brandon. Yeah, so you know, I guess we got a technicality on all that stuff. But now we're ready for the big ball game. We got about 12 minutes and 40 seconds ready to go. We got who's who of people coming in for the ball game. All kinds of different interests in this place. So, yeah, ready to go tonight, Brandon. We have handled them both times we played them. I'm going to say the talent level is skewed on our side for tonight, but that's what we like to have for the Lady Maroons. I think you and I talked about it earlier. I think it's 14 and 23 points was the two margins of victories that we had so far. You know, I remember just a few years ago, you know, Casey County had a remarkable run. They had a special group of girls, and really the COVID year was probably their year. But you remember with them playing in the first round of the state tournament, and they're leading, and they're like 6 minutes to go, and they shut the game down in the second half and says the state tournament's over. Right. Can you imagine that?
Wow, that's a rollback. And you and I had just finished the boys region where it was West Jessamine that ended up winning and wasn't able to go and finish that. Man, you just brought back memories right there. But no, I can't. They definitely had their hearts broken. But listen, going back to what I just asked you a second ago, Coach Atkins, he is like on Bahama. This is like Bahama Breeze, Coach Atkins. Every time I see him, he's very laid back. The last time you and I did a game last Thursday, James, it was very odd in here. They didn't go in for halftime, which is fine. You know, it was a different game. But, you know, both teams, if they win, want to get out of here without anybody hurt. Because right now the 12th region is plagued with injuries on all sides of every team of every district. Of course, we don't want anyone to get hurt, but I agree with you. To expand on what you were going to get into, it's, you know, defensively, we want to see if we can do what we can do to frustrate teams that we saw here towards the end of the year. That diamond press package that they have implemented this year, the girls have said that it's really, really fun to play. Pressures the action, you get the ball, turn people over, and it changes the tempo and the style of the game. But, James, you and I have also seen consistency with the basketball. Sometimes you and I have said, when we get too passive, we turn it over. When we think too much, we turn it over. And sometimes, if you know you're going to turn the ball over 50 times in a game, it's better to take a half-court shot, because we'd rather live with that and attempt to score as opposed to just tossing it over to the other team. But listen, I want to see that up-tempo style, but I want to see also how we handle it with the grinded out, because every team that we play knows each other right now at this time of year. We're well scouted. There's tape out there on everyone. Everybody's going to play the slow ball and the mess it up defense in the half court and try to make everything uncomfortable. And who can hit shots? Who's going to hit shots?
Well, excellent points there, Brandon. You know, coming down the steps right there, I've got to mention this. I saw a little kid coming down there, and you probably saw him too. He was just doing that $20 bill just like this right here. He was so happy to be going to the concession stand that it was unbelievable. So, you know what we need, though, this concession stand? If you notice when we had Southwestern over here, it was lined up probably 40 deep for that girls' game, and only one side was open. It's almost like we need an auxiliary concession stand for district that's going to be here for, you know, tomorrow night and the championship games for sure. But you made a lot of good points there, Brandon. The Bowl County game, I'm a little bit worried because you and I were calling the game. We're up 17-0. I'm like, we're going to win this game by 35 or 40 points. And then we get in the fourth quarter and we look up and we're up 6 after they hit a 3 with about 3 minutes to go, and we're like, what team is this? Because it was so different for things, and sometimes you just got to keep the gas pedal down and keep the accelerator. You can't slow down at any point in time and mess up your offense. So this could be a trap game, because now you're looking forward for Rockcastle or Somerset immediately following this game. So fans, we're going to be calling it too. So I don't know if you want to watch another girls game after this one, but we'll be ready to go for this one. And Miss Betty Jones, we got to go ahead and tell you hello, because Robert Jones, your son, says he has the most wonderful mother in the entire state of Kentucky, actually the whole world. So we'll say hello. Coach Larry Hurt, a legend, state champion, walked by us. So we need to get Coach Hurt on the broadcast sometime and see what he thinks about the state of girls basketball today, Brendan. We got about 3.5 minutes, fans, before we go to commercials. So let's go ahead and get some more thoughts, Brendan.
Well, after everything that's been said, what we need to do offensively and defensively, 3 names came to my mind. We know what we're going to get out of 2, James. We know what we can get out of Maggie Holt. After she ended last season, she ended in that loss at the region tournament with 33 points and 10 rebounds, and it was something insane like that. We know what we're going to get out of City Martin. Hart. 3 names come to mind. The high-octane gas pedal to the metal, Aubrey Dalton, has come on hot on these last several games, and the senior has not disappointed. Then you look at the young, uprising Brooklyn Thomas and Hannah Murray. Those are the 3. If you put it together with the other 2 and Madeline Butcher's confidence coming on, this team can do something scary at this time of the year. But focus and the emergence of these young players, that's going to be everything. We see my man, the CPA himself, Barry Dalton, walking in the background here. Barry's eyes glisten when we start talking about his niece. But yeah, Aubrey Dalton's play in the last couple of games, James, you and I have noticed her shooting the ball, but her defense and rebounding. That's the big thing that's big this time of year.
Keep the mic, but you just mentioned it. She just got Defensive Player of the Game in the newspaper for last week's performance against Southwestern. So that's huge when your senior can come up and play defense like that. So, Aubrey may be that missing piece that puts us over the top. So right now, all the journalists out there have it down between Pulaski County and Danville to win the girls' region. So let's see. We still got to get there. You got to win district first to get a district loser. So Brandon, I'm excited.
Yeah, when she gets hot on the outside, now she doesn't have to live just on the outside shot. Her playing off the dribble drive and the weave, where she's just coming off, playing off the ball and driving into the lane, playing aggressive. I really, really like her game right now, the way it's come on towards the end of the year. But you're right, it's exciting. You can see that hint of March right around the corner, St. Patrick's Day, but we're not getting out of St. Patrick's Day without celebrating President's Day here. Before we go to commercial break, we got to celebrate our current administration with Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. Before anybody wants to hang me up politically, they did lead the National Prayer Group 3.5 weeks ago. So folks, hold on there, Maroon Sports Network listeners. So they are our current presidents and administration. We will support them. And tonight we'll see the support of the colors of the national anthem and the presenting of the flag from our JROTC. So it's a lot to be excited here. We're 5 minutes, 55 seconds counting down. It looks like both teams are getting loose. We've heard from the coaches, we've heard from the players, and now we just go put it together and we go play. So far, it's a better crowd than we had Thursday night. I can already tell a difference. We've got the band tonight, folks, playing in our ears. So if it feels like we're screaming at you tonight, yeah, we probably are. So bear with us tonight with that when that goes on. But we want to thank our sponsors and go to commercial break here. Folks, stick around. Maroon Sports Network, Rebels, Maroons, right when we come back.
Hope he's ready, because we didn't make the call on the water. Are we off?
Welcome to Sports Den.
The one-stop shop that has all your sporting needs.
Sports Den has the largest selection of sporting equipment, including the best quality baseball and softball gloves by Wilson, Rawlings, and Mizuno, and bats by Easton, Rawlings, Louisville Slugger, and DeMarini. Show off your school spirit and represent your favorite team. Looking for the perfect Christmas gift? Look no further than a Letterman jacket. Sports Den is your number one stop shop for the modern athlete and casual fan. Call Sports Den 606-678-4484, conveniently located between stoplight number 19 and number 20 on Highway 27.
If you need a quality work uniform, rugs replaced, new dust mops to keep it fancy, or your bathroom supplies topped off, call Cintas at 606-679-3703. We'll get you ready for the workday.
I'm Chandler Godby.
And I'm Aiden Wesley, and using Centos is a touchdown in our book.
Thanks, Centos, for your support of the Maroon Athletics.
Matching up with the mouth. Yeah. Looks like we're back on the air, Brandon Forster. So 2 minutes to go. You done called it. You're not going to be able to hear me. I'm not going to be able to hear you. I do love the band, though. But it's almost like, man, we need to be somewhere else during this broadcast. Yeah, scoot on over. Let's go ahead and rub some elbows.
Well, we got 14 and 16 Lady Rebs coming in here tonight, sitting it to their last game where they won against Lincoln County 65-48.
Hey, Brandon, go ahead and interrupt you. How good does Superman's little sister look standing out there? For her to be in 8th grade and still going to grow, is she going to be Superwoman? What are we going to come up with her when it's time?
I know.
Depends on how she plays, right?
You know what? I know you told me that, and I knew that, but somehow I forgot. And yeah, you're right. Now it makes sense. She got some playing time against Boyle County,
yes, she did.
And looks like she's going to grow into be a star, to be like a super girl.
Hey, I'm
Superman.
excited to have her here wearing the maroon, so we're tickled to death to have Miss Stevens here.
Yes.
Superman, man, we love you. You know, we need a little airtime sometime from Come Fly With Me, Zach Travis. We've not got to mention our
Travis, yeah.
main man. We had, a lot of main men there, but we talk about Superman all the time. But, man, Come Fly With Me was a lot of fun,
I'll tell you what, if Zach Travis was able to, with his schedule, to come to the Maroons piece that we might get to hold, that would be awesome to have him and Gavin give an award out or give a nomination. At least that would be kind of cool. Gavin Stevens, of course, at Georgetown, and Zach Travis at Campbellsville University, representing their alma mater, of course. They bleed and diehard Maroon fans as well, and this was the time of the year that those guys were zoned in.
Fans, let's get ready for the national anthem. And then starting lineups, hey, we got our camera on the floor again. So we'll see if we can't get a better angle for the girls coming out. So get them a little close-up action shots. So let's get ready. The horn just
Singing
went
up
off.
the national anthem with Miss Braun and her chamber choir KMEA award winners. here.
Is that Jarissa Webb?
It is. Victoria Eaton. Looks like Manny and Henry Wong.
I love it.
By mistake, Hallie Durham will be singing.
so much, Pulaski County Chorus. Are you ready for some District 27 girls basketball action? Now the starting lineup, first of all for the visiting Casey County Lady Rebels. Starting in guard, number 22, a 5'6" freshman, Liz Ford. Starting in guard, number 3, 5'7" senior, Madison Chancellor. Starting in guard, number 4, 5'8" senior, Chloe Dunn. Starting in guard, number 10, 5'7" senior, Macy Lee. And starting in guard, number 23, 5'5" freshman, Molly Gill. Head coach, Carol Waddle, and assistants, Lauren Hatter, Nell Diggins, Duggins, Rachel Taylor, and Ashley Hay. And now the starting lineup for the home team on the scoreboard, the Pulaski County Lady Maroons. Starting in guard, 25'6" freshman, Madeline Butcher. Starting in forward, 13, 5'7", sophomore, Savannah Heiss. Starting in forward, 33, 5'9", junior, Maggie Ho. Starting in forward, 31, a 6-foot junior, Sydney Martin. And starting in forward, 2, 5'9", senior, Aubrey Dalton.
All right, Brandon Foster, we are ready, baby. Hey, that view was awesome right there, the starting lineup coming out. I'm going to tell you, we got it going on now.
We've got Casey County, James with 3 seniors, to Pulaski County's lone senior, and Aubrey Dalton. Of course, the Chamber Choir and Meredith Braun there bringing it. They're back fresh off their success there. Of course, the FBLA lock-in on Friday night to Saturday morning appeared to be a success.
Yes, sir. Thank
Lots
you.
of things
13
going on
teams
here.
and about 85 students stayed the night.
Of course, what we all want to know about is testing is right around the corner as well. With
Tomorrow
the,
morning.
yeah, of course.
EOP
So big
in the
times.
program. Here we go. Maggie Holt's going to win this. Nope. Oh, she got her own tip. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Chancellor with the tip for the Rebs.
Have you ever seen anybody that tips it gets their own tip?
I've seen a couple of girls on our team do that athletically, that I'm like, wow, the presence of mind to do that, being so young to do that is interesting. All right, a very young number 23, Molly Gill, right now for the Rebels, throws it out of bounds to nobody.
Well, the biggest thing I noticed right now is Madeline Butcher's shoes almost match Casey County's uniforms.
They do. Of course, is that an ode to her grandpa and her dad for the Casey County days? It might be.
Might be. A lot of history out there with the Butchers in Casey County.
Yes, Madeline Butcher, of course.
That was a good idea, Brandon, but it was just a little bit too far to the inside where she could get her hands on her. So, hey, Brandon, right then, I just noticed we've got 2 Southwestern girls coming over to watch the – look here, took it away. Aubrey Dalton again. Left-handed layup.
Like a foul,
Martin.
too. Great play by Sydney getting us on the board. Here's that zone diamond press package. Of course, Madeline Butcher, we were going to brag on. She's really come on. She had quite the game assist-wise against Southwestern.
Right there, we got her.
There's the press going for the
this.
ball. It's out. It's loose. None
And
other
one.
Sydney
Yes,
herself
sir.
lays it up and in.
Quick forward, Brandon. Quick forward for number
Quick
31.
forward, like the tempo here. They're really dictating what it is that they want to do. Here is number 22.
Get back, Aubrey. Oh, she
Elizabeth
had
Ford. Off the glass, it goes to Savannah.
Aubrey barely missed that pass. I don't know how it got through there, but luckily they missed the layup, Brandon.
Elizabeth Forbes with the miss there. Here's that dribble drive offense. Point forward, Maggie Holt. Dribble drives, hands off to Sydney. Sydney drives.
She got fouled. Did
going
she not?
With the Euro step,
Did she just
turns
lose
it over.
on the Euro?
Looks like it. She
thought-
likes that move a lot.
Here we go.
Right off the hands of Chancellor.
Now, why couldn't Sydney just turn and push that down the court right then instead of having to look to push it back to Madeline?
Or I apologize. Off the hands of Forbes, Elizabeth Forbes for the Rebels. Madeline Butcher's going to be guarded
Behind
by
the
Forbes
back. Look at
around
that
the back.
move. Oh, good
Nice
move.
play.
Madeline Butcher.
Gosh, the handles like that. Looks like she's been in the gym working on that. No doubt. Looked good. Looked real smooth.
We got to
there.
give her a better name than cooking things up.
Yeah, just
but
like-
she was
like the
baking
chef.
on that little.
She's the chef right there.
She
Chef-
was baking on that behind
Chef
the back
Stevens
move.
would have liked that dish.
Number 10 for Casey keeps saying, my bad, my bad, my bad.
Of course, we knew it was going to be a better crowd
Ah,
tonight.
missed them
First
both,
half of
Brandon.
this doubleheader, it's already different atmosphere in here. Number 3, that's Madison Chancellor, dribbles it up for the
Oh,
Rebs, gets
yep.
it down to number 4, Chloe Dunn, who travels.
She had happy feet, Brandon. They got there and got shuffled just a little bit too early. So I like the start, 4-0, 2 minutes into the game.
Maggie Holt, of course, playing up top with the ball here. There's Aubrey on the left-hand side of the wing, eyes it, puts it on the floor, kicks it over to Martin.
3, she'll pull it. Oh, I just
Thought
knew she was
about it.
pulling that one.
Butcher's got it now.
Maggie will,
dribbles
Maggie
left.
will.
Maggie thought about it, drives right, dribbles
I don't like
off
that pass.
to Dalton and to no one.
Maggie shook her head there, but that judgment call there, Maggie, we can't have that next week.
Coach Jones on the sideline says, go forwards, not backwards, is what his instructions to the young ladies right here. All right, here we are in a, looks like a zone.
Sydney got her on the crossover.
Sydney's hands,
Quick
she's
hands.
so active tonight
Yes.
already.
3. Nice,
Gets it down to
Savannah, go do it,
Savannah.
girl. Left-handed. Oh, that
Off
had
the
to go
rim,
in.
Off of her
Ooh.
face, she hits the deck. Maggie Holt's got it. Throws it, trying to look for Sydney Martin underneath and throws it away, intercepted by Dunn. Dunn's bringing it up by the Rebels. She's going to go all the way to the hoop. They're going to call her for, blocking foul on Aubrey Dalton. Of course, that call is
Aubrey,
Coach
honey,
Atkins is up.
I
and
love the hustle. I love the hustle. She got there and she got set up. Hey, what's he saying right now? Go and
he's
predict
gi-
some words.
Hey, listen, he's giving him a handful, and it ain't about Michael Bolton. My man is hot right now
Hey,
already.
speaking of fans, we have got a Coach Atkins PowerPoint presentation for you.
Yes,
That's
we
just
do.
going to rock. We went old school. You remember the very first broadcast we ever did? I
Yes.
broke out the Corbin, Kentucky PowerPoint.
Yes, that's right. Upper Phil Russell, that's right.
So we're coming back here old school and going to let you know a little bit about our head ladies coach. So stay tuned,
Yes,
fans.
Coach Adkins all the way, baby. Number 1 of Hearts. Butcher's got it in the half court for the Maroons. Finds Dalton. Dalton drives left.
Spin move.
All the way
Nice.
to the
Oh,
hoop.
nice.
Lays it
Wow.
up and in.
Wow, what some footwork from Aubrey Dalton, Brandon.
Good control there for the young
That
lady.
up and under was one of the nicest moves I've seen this year
Very
so
nice
far.
move.
Get
by
back,
Aubrey
get back,
Dalton
Maggie,
Sr.
that's you.
And there is Chancellor, or I'm sorry, Elizabeth Forbes, the 5'5" freshman for the Lady Rebs.
Brandon,
Puts them
I
on
feel
board.
like we need to be up about 8 points right now. We're up 2.
It's that slow tempo that goes into most teams' favors this time of year.
That's 3 turnovers on Maggie so far. She's got to do better on her passing.
There's
And
Gil
it's
the
tied.
Dunn
Oh.
off the rim. Savannah's there with the rebound. Kicks it to Butcher.
I love the way Savannah Heist rebounds, Brandon.
She does all the dirty work. She cleans up everybody's messes, and it's good to reward her every now and then. Here's Dalton.
Deep three.
Deep three.
Money. She is playing arguably almost better than any player in the region right now.
She's locked in. And these last 4 games that we've seen her, this girl is on another level right now, Aubrey Dalton. Playing really well.
Back
Here is
tip, back
Dunn,
tip.
Finding
Maggie
Forbes
Holt,
back
that
and
is
forth.
you, Maggie Holt.
Give and go underneath the basket.
Come on,
Nice
Maggie, we
pass
need
by
you.
Gil to Forbes.
9-6. Good play by Casey. Number 33 will get it rolling here in a second.
Maddie Holt guarded by Dunn.
They're running a little 5-cut, a little Derry Burkett offense right here.
And
off her foot. Good defense.
The foot of the leg of Madeline Butcher. It's going to be a turnover, Maroons.
Hey, it's Brooklyn time.
Brooklyn Todd. And the Rebels are met by the full court pressure here. Gil's got
Macy
it.
Lee's
She's off
playing
and
really
running.
good
Finds
defense.
Forbes wide open. They figured it out how to
Madeline's
break
got this. Go.
There's Sydney
Nice
from Madeline
dive.
Butcher. Sydney
Madeline
rolled
Butcher
on the
with
baseline
Madeline
there.
with the assist, baby.
Yeah, great
I thought
look.
it was a little high, but Sydney was able to come in.
Sydney almost
and-
with another one there. She almost took it away from Madison Chancellor. Gil's got it, running the point here for the Rebels. She's done a good job so far in this first quarter test of the full court pressure. It's relentless by the Maroons. Here's that
Kick.
zone that she splits. Nobody's picking her up. And we're going to see Hannah Murray, number 25, come in for the
All
Maroons.
right, my niece is in the game. I love
She's
it. Let's
ready
go,
to
Hannah.
go. Got her.
Let's knock this out.
as described by the great Delana Fothergill as a pogo stick.
She played defense really well right there. She didn't let that wedge. Look here.
Butcher
Madeline
takes it away from Chancellor.
cooking them up. Oh,
And
hard
she's
foul.
thrown to the hardwood as she's picked up by her teammates there.
Man, she is just a tiger, Brandon. You
I
know,
love
I gave her a nickname. It'd be Madeline Tiger Butcher. It wouldn't even go with Butcher.
You know, it's in.
I mean, she's got the heart. She's got the will. She's got the drive. I love it.
You know, James, it's in her blood, man. I mean,
That Jennifer Butcher, man, the way she treats us at school, you know, she tigers all the teachers in there.
That's
Just
where
keeps on to
That's
us.
where
Yeah.
she got it. Yeah.
Kids, get them scholarships in.
She got first 2 free throws,
Yeah.
and I thought of you this weekend because post-game show to the Cats' big win over Knoxville, the Tennessee Vols, was Richie Farmer giving his play-by-play. Yeah.
No way. That is
They
awesome.
called her for steps. Gil turns it over
I
for
saw
the
her. It
Rebels.
was Richie Farmer's birthday over the weekend, and I reposted that from Kentucky Sports Radio.
One of the best quotes that I thought about you was, when you look at Richie and you think Clay County, you think not so much. But Richie's 2 sons walked in and they said, those guys exhibit Clay County. They're big and you don't want to fight them, is what I was told.
And very hairy. Very hairy. So
it was awesome.
Good
All right,
pass.
here's Maggie Holt underneath. She's met by 2 defenders, and they're going to call a foul maybe on Chancellor. Let's see.
that was a really good little two-man play there by Sydney and Maggie. It looked like they had it going on right there and knew what they wanted to do. So nice, strong move by
Molly Gill with the foul is who they're going to call it on. Maggie hits her first one. Into the game is number 2.
that free throw looked beautiful, Brandon.
Weathington and Reed in for the Rebels.
I like it when coaches run in a bunch of different players and you have 8, 9, 10 on the floor.
Try to change the pace up. Try to treat it like a boxing match, as you know you're taking the first few rounds of jabs and in it for the marathon right now. And so far, if you're the Lady Rebels, you're in it for the marathon here. Maroons trying to put it away early here. And they leave Forbes all alone, who's had a really good first quarter for the Rebels.
That was a really nice play by number 22, Forbes. That was one dribble, just pull up, beautiful follow
jump
through.
shot. Yeah.
Yes.
For a freshman, that's a big play.
Well, she's got a bright career ahead of her. Look at Brooklyn.
Thomas going to work.
Oh, okay. That was a
trying to use
good
the
power
glass.
move, but she just got too far under the goal.
Almost
Get it, Madeline.
intercepted by Butcher, and looks like Reed was able to keep up with it. Chancellor finds it out to the
Good,
top
Hannah.
to Dunn.
Pull it out of there.
Hannah Murray's going after it with Dunn. They're on the floor. They're going to call jump ball. Possession to the Maroons.
Good job, my little niece. Way to get in there and get that tie up. I'm very proud of you. All right, here we go. 15-8, Brandon. So, you know, starting to pull away a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I'd like to be up by 20 by half. I'd like to just take it easy and have some fun in the second half. Maybe rest a little bit for Wednesday night, but we'll see how it goes.
Minute 39 in this first quarter is Butcher. She finds Martin at the top of the key. Lets
Get it,
go
Aubrey. Look at her.
off
She
the
went and
goal.
got it over 2 players.
Aubrey there with the square up. Now possession's going to go to
I
the
don't
Rebels.
know what has turned her on in the last 2 weeks, Brandon, but she has flipped a switch to realize this is my senior year, and we're going to finish strong, and I love it.
Yeah. Her game has been very nice.
Oh,
And of
there,
course, there's a
Sydney.
nice
Bounce pass to
interception.
Hannah. Bring it back. Oh, she walked. Absolutely.
And you're right. That bounce pass would have been really nice.
That's one I wish she could go back and redo and wrap that around to Hannah.
Of course, the second half of our doubleheader tonight is the Rockcastle Rockets and the Briar Jumpers of Somerset.
Brooklyn with the rebound. Madeline on the fast break. Here goes Sydney. Euro step coming. No pull up.
Will pull up. A good decision, but can't
Brooklyn's
find it.
tip.
There's
Right
Dalton.
to Aubrey Dalton. That was Brooklyn Thomas's tip that got those points. What a smart play.
She is
by a
just
freshman.
continuing to amaze. That the athleticism of number 15. Fantastic, Brooklyn Thomas.
Good Euro step. Hey, our main man from WKY or WYMT is here recording, so we should be on the Mountain News tonight down in the corner.
Okay. Madison Chancellor to the line as she's fouled by, it looked like, I think they were going to call it on Murray.
Brandon, once upon a time, I had my hair braided like that way back in high school, but you know, it just all fell out eventually, so maybe I got it too tight. Like the one you shot free throws. So, you know. Okay, 43 seconds left. Your homestanding Pulaski County Lady Maroons up 17-10. Will Coach run one play?
Butcher,
Look at her, got it
still
back.
relentless, got her own rebound, finds Maggie
Bingo,
Holt for the
another
2.
assist.
Love that play right
She's
there.
relentless.
Didn't let it bother her, kept playing through it. Big play by the young lady.
Oh, I don't know how that
Down
pass
low
got
to
through there.
Reed. She's guarded by Dalton underneath. Now met by Brooklyn Thomas. She's in traffic. Finds Dunn, and they call the foul on the floor, and they're going to call it on Dalton or Thomas. Let's
Thomas,
see.
I think. It was Thomas.
And they called Thomas. Or I'm sorry,
Madeline Butcher. Okay.
Weird.
I missed that one.
She's all over the place here tonight, Madeline Butcher.
But Madeline probably got away.
Oh, look at this interception by Hannah Murray, finding Butcher. They're off and running. Finds Holt for the layup. It's good. Butcher to Holt. Great two-man basketball there off the turnover by the Rebels.
And that ends your first quarter, fans, with the score 21-10. Now we've got a special presentation for you, Brandon. So you'll have to look at this just to be sure. So you're going to help me with one of the slides, okay?
All
so
right.
here we go. Coach. With that exclusive presentation
Listen,
of Coach Atkins.
I'm going to push for Coach Atkins after this season to go to American Idol because that man can sing. I heard him singing Michael Bolton, and James, I couldn't tell the difference. I couldn't figure out which one was Michael Bolton.
Well, see, thanks to you, I got the Michael Bolton. Oh, Michael Bolton. I thought it was Kenny G. I messed it up.
He likes Kenny G, but my man Michael Bolton
Said
okay, I loved you, but I lied.
blew that.
How am I going to live? How am I
My
going to live?
apologies, Coach.
Live
Michael Bolton.
without you. My man's
Here.
getting it done with some Michael Bolton. He
I
can sing.
should have double-checked my facts, Brandon.
It's
I messed
all
up
right.
one slide.
Facts are optional here. That's okay.
Hannah.
Off the backside, trying to be boxed
Maggie's
out.
going to bring it out.
It was Chancellor on Maggie Holt. Maggie Holt came away the winner and keeps the possession alive. She's met by Chancellor now, tapped out to Butcher. Butcher's got the ball, dribbles left, finds Holt. Holt now, dribble drive to Butcher. Butcher drives right into the
she's
lane
tough.
to two defenders.
She is tough.
No contact is what the officials are going to say, and out of bounds on Maroons.
Hey,
Interesting call.
Hey,
no call.
I like the heart. I like for her going in there and just going at it like she's going now. Yeah, she got that one blocked.
Lady Maroons getting into the lanes.
Look at Hannah.
And the passing lanes. That relentless full court pressure here by the Maroons.
Double dribble.
Now
Hannah
double dribble
Murray
on
forced that
Forbes.
turnover.
Big play.
Good job, 25.
That
She's
was
earning
a-
those valuable minutes.
That was a turnover on number 2, Chelsea Reed on the Rebels. Martin's got the ball inbounding to Dalton, who's had herself quite a first quarter. Martin on the floor finds Dalton.
I love the ball
Holt.
movement, Brandon. Almost everybody touches it every
Very
trip.
unselfish.
They're trying to post Brooklyn up if they can. Good screen by Brooklyn.
No contact again, they're going to say.
That was a pretty good block. I would just go ahead and say that. You know, it was a good drive by Aubrey, but good defense. Let's see what type of inbounds play we got. A little box set. And they tried to run. Oh, spin move. Got it. She got fouled. Absolutely.
Great heads-up play there by Holt and Martin.
Everybody knew that we're going to Sydney for the three. So when both players bit, she just turned around and looked, hey, I'm wide open. I'm going to go ahead and drive in for the layup.
Maggie Holt, of course, just a warrior here for this team.
Oh, my God, Brandon, I just got the best news I've gotten all day.
Oh, no.
And I'm going to let you read it live on the air. Look what tomorrow night brings us.
Okay, Susie Duggar just announced here live. She's bringing crackers tomorrow night for the boys' games. Are you kidding me?
I'm not
That's
kidding
like
you.
a very special gift. That's like Christmas.
Our Christmas is here, so fans, drop by and we'll let you experience the greatness of one Susan Duggar. Now, we won't say how many we will share, but we'll gladly give out one per person as long as they last.
Well, Susie is a
saint.
Very sweet lady, and there's a special place in heaven for her. And, of course, a wonderful family. She's going to be here rooting for her grandson, Bryson Duggar.
I'm voting. If fans are out there for 13th Region Sports, what a steal right here, Brandon. Watch this.
Sydney
Boom.
Martin's hands have been active. Layup off the turnover.
Timeout.
We're going to go to our commercial break right here, folks, so stick around in Maroon Sports Network.
Quality work uniform, rugs replaced, new dust mops to keep it fancy, or your bathroom supplies topped off, call Cintas at 606-679-3703. We'll get you ready for the workday.
I'm Chandler Godby.
And I'm Aiden Wesley, and using Centos as a touchdown in our book.
Thanks, Centos, for your support of the Maroon Athletics.
We're going to go down and get an interview for Allie and either Robert Woods or Woodcock.
We are back.
My man can't even eat his peanut M&Ms here. I'll talk. You eat. You chew. I don't want you to choke over on my side. Okay, we're ready. 25-10. What a great first quarter, Brandon. And you know, a minute 18 of the second. Very nice start. Looks like they come out very focused. Now, I don't want them to let Casey back in the game like we did Bowles, so that's the next step. But we're very active on defense.
Chancellor for two. They're going to call a foul.
Oh, no, Brandon.
Oh,
no.
Is this Sydney Martin?
Oh, no.
Sydney Martin's
That is
down,
not
and
good.
she's holding her ankle. She is in pain, and
Okay, fans, let's go ahead and take a quick commercial so we don't have to see Sydney in pain. So, producer, commercial.
if you need that warm hot tub put in before the cold weather sets in, that roof put on your garage or home, a sign to advertise your new or existing business, or just something big and heavy moved or removed, look no further than Crane and Boom. They can provide you with the utmost professional heavy lifting services anywhere in the state of Kentucky. Contact Josh Anderson at 606-305-1832 and trust the heavy lifting.
We cross-reference the value of your car with multiple sources. And here at Dong Franklin, we think it's worth more.
Are you serious?
When it comes to trading and selling, Don Franklin invests more in you.
For real?
Not just your vehicles.
Sorry, man. I don't know what came over me.
Happens all the time.
Sell us your vehicles. We really do pay more.
All right, we're back live, fans, so that's very scary. So Sydney is limping back over to the bench, Brandon. Exactly what we did not need.
Man, and it just got eerily quiet in the gym, of course, where all eyes are on Sydney, and prayers lifted up for that young lady. She just gives so much to this program and the school, and people don't see her on a daily basis of what she just brings to the table as far as work ethic-wise.
Oh, they're pressing us now, Brandon. A little 1-2-2.
And let's see how we handle this.
Madeline got
as
fouled
Butcher's
right there.
got through it now.
1-on-3.
Heist.
Savannah set it up. I like the little token pressure. Well, I won't say token pressure, real pressure on Casey County coming
Maggie
out
Holt
there.
now. She's going to pull up for three. Lets it go. It's off the iron.
Aubrey tried to fight around that rebound, but that was a good block
got
out.
it. And
look
look
here,
who's
steal by
there
Maggie.
after it.
And Tiger
Maggie
will
Holt
finish this.
to Butcher. Again met with
Brandon, I
contact
think
by
that time
Chancellor.
Madeline went in there looking for the foul that time instead of looking to finish.
Yeah. Atkins wants to get up to slow his team down, and he says,
I don't mind for Maggie ever shooting a three, but the hardest three in basketball, they'll tell you, is coming off the dribble. You're setting it up.
and the refs have just warned Coach Atkins, as he said, listen, that's my point guard that's been on the floor all night long, and you're just now doing it. Like, you're going to have to
Okay, well,
get
they
your head
called
into
it
the
that
game.
time. So, Coach A, that's
Yeah.
probably not the time to
Yeah.
complain.
Yeah.
You know, when they miss it, it's the time to complain. Okay, 27-11. Let's see how things go, because I don't see Sydney coming back in this game, Brendan, because she's
Yeah.
tough. I'm going to tell you,
And,
she does not cry.
Here's where Sydney
So.
Resch and your Aubrey Dalton and Maggie Holtz can settle this young team down. We got that Taylor Rouston into the game for us, who, like you said, she's hot. She can get hot. Her minutes go up. Here's Chancellor for three. It's in and out. Rebound,
Good,
Butcher.
Madeline. She's gone.
She's
Watch
got
this.
it and going.
Bounce pass. Oh, kick.
Like her
I think she slowed up
awareness.
just enough to sort of let her know this bounce pass was coming, but that was absolutely the right play by Madeline right there.
Yeah,
Look
looking
Hannah.
for her teammates, and great look there, and always presence and awareness there by the young freshman point guard. And miscommunication by Talon, trying to find Holt. Throws it away for a turnover. 27-11 here, Maroon Sports Network. Second quarter, 5 minutes and 34 seconds. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to bring you all of the district tournament here.
Oh, good hand, Savannah Heist. Talon with the steal. Ready to come down full court. Madeline's got it. Looking around. Oh, I thought she wanted
thought
it.
about it.
Yeah, I thought she. Oh,
Here
she's
she
got
goes.
it anyway. Short.
Holt with the rebound underneath as it didn't draw iron. Holt's going to dribble, puts it up for a quick two, in and out. And they're going to call in the back, Savannah
I
Heist.
didn't really see that, but obviously
Maybe.
she went flying. So, I mean, it had to be.
They're going to call Savannah, I guess, in the backcourt.
But you know what? I love Savannah and I love Brooklyn because both of these are interchangeable to me. Both of them rebound really well, and I think that's an excellent pairing right there. I don't think you miss a beat when you sub one or the other one out.
That's true, yeah. And now defensively, the Maroons have dropped back into a zone with what looks like man principles. As we see now Gill dribble through
Brooklyn
the middle,
with
and
the steal.
Brooklyn Thomas has it.
Wow, she's got great hands. That must come from softball.
She is just an athlete. Here's Butcher with a quick two, in and out. Can't find the bottom of the cylinder here early on in the first
Go
half.
get it, Madeline. Wow.
Butcher with
She'll
another
finish
turnover
this
by
one.
the Rebels.
This was her
She's gonna
easiest
dribble,
one.
lays it up off the glass. Can't find it in.
Okay, here's my question on that one, Brandon. It looks like, Madeline, that when you go up for that, you are bringing it all the way from the bottom like it's a scoop instead of like a layup.
Okay.
She finishes low. She's hurt.
Butcher immediately reacted. I saw her talking to her parents in the crowd. She's now back in the locker room. She's something going on with her finger. That pass did something, and hopefully it's just dislocated.
We're down 2 starters in a matter
She's
of
out.
minutes.
As Hannah Murray, Sydney Resch, Taylon Ralston, Brooklyn Thomas, and Maggie Holt now is the lone OG in the game here
Oh,
for the
get it,
Lady
Brooklyn.
Maroons.
She pulled it
Brooklyn
out.
trying to find
Oh.
Murray. Turns it over to Reed. Reed finds Dunn, who's fouled by Holt.
Well, you know, Maggie's sort of excited there, but when you do the full-fledged hammer coming down with the arm, they're almost always going to call that.
don't sell it
yeah,
really
when you
well.
do the Thor hammer throw, that they're almost always going to call that foul. Now, I'm not saying she fouled,
Yeah.
but I'm saying when you follow through like that, it's probably going to be called 98% of the time.
Butcher is back, and I don't know if she had something popped and pulled back into place, but
Hey, I love it. Tiger,
she's now
right back.
pointing the Holt about her finger, so she's back. So we have Butcher, Holt, Ralston, Murray. No, I'm sorry, Dalton, Murray, Thomas for the Lady Maroons. Here is Aubrey Dalton trying to break the pressure. Finds Brooklyn Thomas to bring it across the hash mark. She's going to let go a 3. It's good. Quick release by Brooklyn Thomas.
That's Brooklyn's 3. I turned my head.
Off the dribble.
Wow.
Off, broke pressure, brought it across
Look here,
the court.
Madeline.
pull-up.
I thought she had another steal. Oh,
Hannah
just
Murray
missed
all
one.
over the place.
Brandon
She's gonna
Forster,
guard Dunn.
I love some number 15.
She gets after it.
She is going to be a force to be reckoned with in this region.
I love her sense of humor and her spirit, too. She smiles just like Maggie Holt on possessions, keeps them alive. People feed off of it, and there is
That without
Elizabeth
a doubt,
Forbes,
is
the
Casey
freshman
County's best
there,
player.
letting it go.
She's
and
going to
hits.
score a lot of points.
Dalton's got the ball. Was looking for Brooklyn, but kicks it back out to Murray. Murray
Brooklyn's
finds
posting
Butcher.
in there. She's working hard. You got to feed the big man, they say, Brandon. Every
There's
now and
Murray
then.
off the
She got
dribble
fouled.
drive. Finds Brooklyn Thomas.
Whoa.
We're not strong with the
She
ball.
wanted
early
Brooklyn
on.
wanted that one.
Maggie off the dribble, drives
Whoa.
right, thrown to the ground.
Man,
As-
we're getting everybody hurt right here, Brandon. So, what's Casey County hollering about over here?
Looks like Matt. It looks like that call's going to be on number 4, Chloe Dunn. Hey. Got a tap on the shoulder from the lone senior, Benjamin Dalton, senior class president here, and here with looks like Declan Hayes and
the professor.
I don't know who else I see back there. But
31-16. We pretty much kept this 16-point lead since Sydney's entry.
Kellen McKinney and Declan Hayes. I was told by our producer.
All right.
Norman.
All right. Norman.
Getting things done as a detective. And
hey, we got an all-star cast tonight with Landon and Norman and Allie and Braxton and Joey.
Wethington had the ball, thought about looking down low, finds it outside to Chancellor. Chancellor gets it over to Forbes, down to Dunn. Dunn lays it up off the glass. Rebound Wethington over two Maroon defenders, puts it up and in.
Good hard rebound, nice finish for Wethington. Good move.
Aslan Wethington, a freshman also as well for the Lady
They've
Rams.
got a bright future then. Look at this. She's tough again.
Butcher just throwing it up there after meeting contact, no call.
Get down
and
there,
here comes the Rebels off and running. Can't get the bottom of the cylinder as now it looks like.
Good trap.
Macy Lee finds Chancellor.
Man, we're barely behind.
Wethington long two. Draws nothing.
Another offensive rebound.
Rebound by Macy
Maggie
Lee.
blocked it.
Or I'm sorry, Chloe Dunn. Trying to get the names right here.
Maggie
for
the Hammer Holt from volleyball.
Yep. Getting it done here on the basketball court. Brooklyn Thomas finds Holt. Down low, who lays it off the glass.
Brooklyn.
Look at Brooklyn Thomas just dive in there at the action.
I absolutely love the heart and effort of number 15.
Now you got to hate foul trouble for the Lady Maroons that Coach Atkins and the staff is going to have to manage. And down one of their top players was Sydney Martin right now, as she's now no longer on the bench. And folks, if you're tuning in, Sydney Martin took a hit early here in the second quarter as it drew quiet as she was grimacing in pain and grabbing her ankle, had to be held off the court. As Chancellor hits her first free throw, eyeing into this Maroons lead, it's 32-19. Chancellor on the second free throw, it's good.
Okay, they've cut it down before quick timeout. Let's go ahead and play a commercial.
It's the common thread that ties us together, making life better for everyone. At CVNB, that means better banking, better accounts and lending, better experiences, better schools and better communities. Better. It's what ties us together. CVNB. Bank better.
All right, we are back. We got the Casey County cheerleaders. Brandon, I was seeing they've got some guys here on the cheerleading team that impressed me with all the different athleticism and backflips that they were doing. So very impressive stuff by the Casey County cheerleaders. Now, they're no match for our cheerleaders, but I'm going to tell you, they're still pretty skilled.
Yeah.
So,
of course, our cheerleaders getting back from nationals in Orlando, finishing out fourth in their category.
You know, the biggest thing was they got docked for a safety violation.
Safety violation.
Supposedly somebody's hand wasn't securely around an ankle when they were standing on top of the shoulder. I don't know. I'll have to get more information for you. So they got docked like 2 points on that. And it made the difference between them, I think, either finishing first or second and finishing fourth. So,
interesting.
Yeah,
well,
they've never gotten a safety violation before this time.
Cheerleading competitions there. I didn't realize such, but hey, it makes sense. Taylor Ralston, careless with the ball, and Coach Weddle says, I think that's going our way.
Oh, Sydney's back. No way. Wow, I did not expect that. It's taped, that right ankle, so at least it's an ankle, and it's not a leg.
Folks,
not a knee.
What a goodness gracious. I love some Sydney Martin, man. That's all I can say. I love it. The fire, the will, the drive.
I think she got a piece of that one.
Yeah, I think she did.
I think it was just enough.
Watch her run the court.
Here, no
Here's
way.
A three.
Oh, my God. Wow. Come
Sydney
right back
Martin
in the game.
Now going after it with Forbes right now, as the Rebels don't want any part of this full court pressure. They bust it out to number 10.
Wow. Bingo.
Macy Lee for the three. That's hard to say. Macy Lee for the three.
Macy Lee for three. I like it.
35-23. It keeps them in it.
It does. That's a foul. That's a foul all day long. Number
Butcher
10 just killed
getting
her.
Beat up this half. There is Sydney Martin.
Now they're going to call over back on Aubrey. after they just killed Madeline, then they turn around and call that over the back. You got to be consistent, but I'm telling you,
Coach
that
A
was a
is-
foul on Madeline Butcher.
I think he's going to let him have it. He's saying, hey, what's going on down here? And
Steve and Pam Butcher down in Florida right now are agreeing with me that their granddaughter just got hacked down there
Steve?
on the
Steve
move.
and Pam Butcher in southern Florida, you said?
Oh, I don't know about southern Florida.
Well, we want
but
to send
I
our
do know
regards
Florida.
to them. And yes, their young granddaughter I have in honors biology, and she is getting beat to death tonight. So it's a testimony to
There
her
we go. Now,
play.
finally
And
got
now
the
look at that,
reach in.
forcing them to
Yep.
call it. She's handled the pressure really well tonight from this Rebels team to start out in district play.
But
showing,
you know, the great Christy Noble is right behind us, Brendan Foster. So,
from Rock Castle Rockets head coach.
state champion Christy Noble, I should say.
She's sporting St. Patrick's Day a little early tonight, James.
Well, you know,
she's
Brandon,
donned in green here.
They
tonight.
would have had 2 consecutive state championships if they didn't get a couple of very questionable calls back in Sarah Hammond's junior year. Senior year, they just come and dominated. There was no.
All right,
no
as
comparison.
Butcher missed the second, and Wethington gets it over to Chancellor. Chancellor to the left side to Forbes. Forbes now drives to the top of this defense from the Lady Maroons. It's a zone. Forbes is going to let it go. She's been hot this first half, and it looks like Chancellor is trying to save it. They're going to call her out of bounds as it's Lady Maroon ball, and Sydney Martin returns after what looked like a very scary injury for her, and still might be the case. She's not really running 100% right here, but she's out here playing nonetheless. Madeline Butcher gets it across the hashtag. Finds Martin. Martin for another 3 at the top of the key. Off the front iron, tipped around, goes to Resch.
Shoot it.
Resch has it,
Sydney.
lets it go.
Oh.
Almost in, no good.
All right.
36-23.
All right, Brandon, we'll keep talking here for just a second. We'll get one of the coaches' thoughts here at halftime. I think it's going to be Coach Woodcock. So maybe we'll get a little update on Sydney, but it looks like she is fine. Looks like Madeline's fine. So we had 2 scary, we thought, injuries there, especially Sydney's. And we've come out okay. So we'll get ready to transition over here in just a second and get ready for a quick interview with Allie LaForce.
Allie LaForce still.
Sydney's still limping over here, Brandon, coming off the court, so it's a little bit of a concern. I'm sure the adrenaline, the halftime, you know, she's going to have to get that adrenaline back up, but for now, it was all adrenaline. All right, folks, we'll get ready here in just a second. Coach is walking Allie's way.
Alrighty, Coach Wilcock, that was a crazy first half, but we kept in the lead. How do you feel about it?
I feel pretty good. We missed a couple of chances to make the lead bigger, turned it over after we got turnovers a couple times. Sydney gave us a little bit of a scare, but it looks like she's going to be okay. It's a tough physical district matchup. That's what we expected. That's what we've gotten so far.
Right, I hope Sydney's okay. You guys had a good first half. It's Allie still. Let's go back up to the booth.
From all of us at Gabi Realty and Auction, wishing the best of luck to all the boys and girls teams playing in the district and regional tournaments coming up. The greatest time in the Bluegrass, Sweet 16 basketball. Realty and Auction, a real estate auction company that's been in business in Pulaski County for 58 years. If you have a need to sell residential, commercial, farm, or personal property, give us a call. Rick Barker at 606-678-4865.
All right, looks like we are live at halftime. 7:45 left to go. The Lady Maroons Really good first half, 36-23. We're up 16 when Sydney Martin got injured. She came back, hit a 3 immediately, Brandon. So I'm going to say she's fine. We did notice she was limping going to the locker room. So, early on you got them endorphins and you can play through a lot of things. But, now that you got this 10-minute halftime, it's going to probably be a little sore coming back out to start the third quarter. Looking over to her left, we got the best AD in the state of Kentucky, Coach Brian Miller. And we got the lovely Debbie Crowder sitting over here with the VIP gate, Brandon. And tonight, I've talked to 3 state champions tonight in one night. I've talked to Coach Fraley, Coach Larry Hurt, and Coach Christy Noble just patted me on the back up in the booth. So, Brandon, it's been a good night already.
Yeah, tournament time brings out everybody, and it brings out all the celebrities in the past and present. Just a lot of rich history in this district in basketball, and we're very fortunate and very blessed here at Pulaski County to see the walls and see all the banners that's lifted up, and some of them still with us. Of course, Barry Dalton is here with us. He's over in the rafters at his normal spot, rooting on for his niece. But, James, that first half, if there was anything that the coaches had jokingly talked about that they didn't want to see, it kind of crept its head around. We saw it. We saw some things happen. Well, fortunately, it doesn't look like we've lost Sydney for the season. She's playing, but nonetheless, she's hurt. The Rebels weren't put away, and they were able to shoot themselves back into it to where they're down, but they're not out. Not really. The big thing that we see is when you get a lead, when you psychologically get that 14, 15-point lead, that you put your foot on the gas and you go and you end it. We've just not been able to do that, and a lot of that has been from the physical style of play because Madeline Butcher, we've said, has hit the deck a lot. Maggie Holt has been whistled up for 2 fouls, and so on. So it's very physical right now. So now it's going to be the rebounding and being strong with the basketball in this second half that I can foresee. The up-tempo, you could say the Lady Rebels weathered the storm there in that first half.
You definitely said that well. 13's not put away yet. They battle back. They've got some players, Brendan. They're putting it up. Now they're putting a little full-court defense on us. So we got to be able to fight through that. Madeline, like you mentioned, has hit the floor a whole lot here. But I'm going to say a lot of it is her trying to get the foul called instead of just going in trying to finish. Now, we mentioned her layup was almost a scoop layup when she goes up through there. We've got to get that up tall and be able to finish the layup up high. So, I'm sure coaches will work on that. So, great first half. We got more fans piling in here. We've got a lot of Southwestern people coming over tonight, Brandon. So I'm seeing a lot of them to come over and scouting us out to be ready for the regional tournament. Next week, fans, we're excited. We're going to be here 4 more nights. We're here 4 nights this week, 4 nights next week. So next week, I think, are Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. I think it's the next week for the girls' regional tournament. And we're going to bring back our pressers. So we're going back in the auditorium, and we're going to be able to talk to the winners and the losers of every game of the regional tournament. And Brandon, the hardest time we had last year was going in to do the presser when we lost on the last-second shot in the boys' regional final. I hope that I don't have to go in and do that presser again for our girls for something like that.
Yeah, it's very interesting being back for that, and it really brought out a lot with the coaches who have been beloved here at Maroon Sports Network. I know Boyle County's coach a year ago at this time, their boys' head coach, really won us over along with his team that came in. They didn't have to. Rodney Woods, head coach of the Cardinals, came and spoke with us. So a lot of beloved things happened from those things. So I'm glad to see that you're keeping that up. James, it just sounds like we're just going to keep up the FBLA lock-in for 4 straight days is what it is that we're essentially going to go through and then serve kids during the day. It's going to be an interesting couple of weeks, but I have no doubt that we'll pull through. That which does not kill us will make us stronger. It's 36-23 in this first half. Keys to the game in the second half is, I'm going to say, first off, we know nobody wants their season to end, so every possession matters. Let's run our sets. Let's play our game. Let's be who it is that we are. Take care of things at the free throw line and rebound.
Well, you pretty much hit it on all that, so let's get ready to transition over to our sponsors, and we'll get ready to go back up to the booth, Brandon, and call an amazing second half for our fans.
Hendrickson understands that work is not only a way to satisfy your personal drive and ambitions, but it's also a means for you to provide for yourself and your families.
Paid holidays, paid time off.
You can earn several different bonuses towards the end of the year.
It's the first place I've ever worked where you're not treated like a number. You work for Hendrickson, you're part of the family.
The work schedule, and then also the company-sponsored events. We have pool parties, Christmas parties, softball tournaments, kickball tournaments, all the fun things. And the management knows you. I mean, the management participates. They know everybody by name. It's like a big family.
Becoming a valued member of the Hendrickson team provides you with a full complement of benefits that include medical, dental, health, life insurance, and disability insurance, as well as a flexible spending account, a 401k, and a pension plan. Hendrickson will also offer financial assistance if you decide to adopt a child. Each Hendrickson location also has activities ranging from softball teams, golf outings, to company-sponsored family picnics. Activities vary from location to location based on employee interests and input. Hendrickson feels strongly about promoting and developing from within the organization. Employees are truly our most important asset. Hendrickson, the world rides on us. If you need that warm hot tub put in before the cold weather sets in, that roof put on your garage or home, a sign to advertise your new or existing business, or just something big and heavy moved or removed, look no further than Crane and Boom. They can provide you with the utmost professional heavy lifting services anywhere in the state of Kentucky. Contact Josh Anderson at 606-305-1832 and trust the heavy lifting to us.
All right, Brandon Foister, we are back live, 36-23, up here in the booth. We got a lot of Somerset people in front of us filling in for game number 2. So let's go ahead and have some fun in half number 2.
I was going to tell you, this is that time that makes tournament time very interesting, where an extra little buzz is in the air in the gym because it's that time before the second game starts. So you have a blend of 4 crowds right here, and it could sometimes turn the tide of the game depending on what happens. So big crowd here right now, no doubt. A lot of people against the Maroons right now, so betting against the Maroons, but let's see what happens.
All right, 6 seconds to go. I'm excited about the second half, so let's hope we can finish and get in the championship game on Wednesday night. Ball will belong to Casey County. Casey County going from left to right.
As
Sydney
the lineup,
looks like she's taking some Advil over here. Advil and Gatorade to get ready for the second half.
We got Martin, Butcher, Holt, Heist, and Dalton. That's our regular starting 5, and it's good to see just Sydney Martin play through this. I mean, my gosh. Flies to the basketball here.
Good,
There's
Savannah.
Heist getting in that passing lane. Nothing going to be easy this half. James, I just said that extra blend of the crowd for the next game. A lot of people's betting against the Maroons. So that sometimes changes the game in tournament time.
You know, you talked about it a while ago at halftime. Our favorite fans are Boyle County. And our least favorite, we'll say this over and again, is Harlan County. So.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Well, we had a hard time at both places this season, going to Harlan County on the road and losing, and going to Boyle County last Thursday and losing. And I hope when prayers go out to Will Blankenship and his family that today.
Oh, release. Sydney's going to finish. Don't get hurt, Sydney.
Met
Up and
by
under.
Gill, lays it up.
Okay, I don't agree. I would have not gave her that foul.
Yeah,
I think the up and under got too far underneath the rim. Hey, I just got a hug from my lovely daughter's younger sister, Kristen Desarn, came up and gave me a hug, even though she plays for Southwestern.
She does
thank
play.
you, KD.
That's right, plays for Southwestern. That is correct. Hey, James, I look to my right, and I see 2 Chick-fil-A sandwiches.
That's
right
not for
here.
us. She is so beautiful.
My goodness, we love us some.
I love some
of that
Debbie
fresh,
Crowder. Debbie Crowder is one of the best things that happened to Pulaski County High School in a long, long time.
Chick-fil-A.
So, hey, hush.
Getting
Call
it
the game.
done.
Hush. We
Here
just talked about
is
loving her.
Dunn, Chloe Dunn. They're going to call for traveling. Turnover Rebels. As the ball is going to be turned over now. Tara Weddle's group, Lady Rebels, turning over to the Maroons here. Down 15. And this is that time psychologically that you make that separation and put the game away.
That third quarter is so important to see what type. Oh, Hannah was wide open right there, and we missed her. So, okay, we're going to run a little 5 cut here. Savannah should have screened the cutter right there. We don't have a screen on the down screen. Get it, Maggie.
Holtz got it. Trails the baseline, finds Butcher. Butcher, NBA 3.
Oh,
my
Steve,
gosh.
Steve is loving that down in Florida.
Her foot was on the metal plate right there. That was an NBA range
MB.
3 for Butcher.
Get down there. Savannah Heist again. Her hands are active.
Holt
She's
going
everywhere.
after it, and they're going to say it's last touch by Heist.
Hey, I absolutely love this freshman's confidence to sit there and say, hey, I'm going to pull the hammer on this 30-footer.
Yeah. Stone cold.
We can't give her that. That's Jace Fry.
That's right.
But
and
look
taken
here,
away
steal
by
Sydney.
Martin.
3-on-2.
Finding now Murray. Murray's going to let it fly from deep.
Hard.
Murray,
Maggie.
rebound Holt off of
Lost
her
it,
hands.
Hannah.
Murray's got it back to Butcher. Butcher finds
One more
Martin
pass.
down low.
Oh,
got to find
that should have
freshman
been
right
to
there.
Hannah.
Should have
That
been.
touch pass would have been perfect right there. Sydney, one more pass.
She makes things difficult for herself sometimes, and you can just be bailed out by getting the assist, and that leads to 2 on the other end.
She's
as
limping. She's
Martin
limping.
is really favoring
Yes.
that foot here.
You know, I know she wants to play, but I don't know how much I play her without just giving her some minutes of rest. Big ticket items
Martin
Wednesday
thought about
night.
the 3 as looks like
She got
Forbes
fouled.
hit the deck.
Yep. Number 10 acts like she's surprised, but she got her right across the wrist.
And they're going to call Macy Lee for the foul on the Lady Rebels. As the Rebels have Gill, Lee, Forbes, Chancellor, and number 10, Macy Lee, and number 4, Chloe Dunn. Butcher looking for Thomas down low, turns it over. Good look, but it just wasn't there for Thomas to react. Turnover. Folks, up next we have the Briar Jumpers of Somerset taking on the Rockets of Rockcastle. Here's Butcher off the turnover, and they're going to call her for carrying the ball.
Wow.
But hard to do when somebody's literally up in your grill. Not sure what else you're supposed to do.
Good job, Madeline Butcher. Some really good minutes right there.
Here is that full court pressure here, the diamond pressure package by the Maroons as Martin couldn't quite get there, and here's Gill carrying the ball.
That was almost a foul on Aubrey right there,
Forbes
Brandon.
is going to let it go. She's had the hot hand in the first half. Dalton going for the rebound without 2 hands, and it's knocked out of bounds.
I almost, in my mind, thought that was off Aubrey until the Casey County girls started running after it so hard, and the referee's got to believe it's off you if you're going 100 miles per hour out of bounds to try to save it.
That's true. Fresh, never frozen chicken sandwich in front of you from Chick-fil-A is smelling pretty good, James. Didn't know our concession stand sold that.
I may let you have one offensive foul on who?
And it looks like they might
13
call
or 31. That's on Sydney Martin. Yeah.
Sydney Martin. I'm not sure if that was off the ball. It looks like they're going to whistle her up there. That's her second. Gill inbounds to Dunn for the Rebels. Dunn back to Gill. Gill back to Dunn. Finds Chancellor, number 3, as they break the pressure. Gill's got it. It's going to call the offense. She's met by Martin. Chancellor has the ball now. Dribbles it back to Gill. Gill to the far side to now Forbes, the freshman for the Rebels.
Brendan, is
Gill has it.
that our student section? Because I don't recognize a single person.
Don't think so. I want to say that's Casey County's. As it looks like they're going hunting.
Why
theme
would-
tonight. Dunn lays it up. They're going to say and 1.
That says Casey and Somerset on this end. On our end should be us and Rock.
On the same side.
And that's none of our kids.
Yeah.
So I'm a
Not
little
really
confused
sure.
about the student section. Behind our cheerleaders should be our fans.
Unless they're waiting on the transition of the game. Very odd right now. Savannah Heist is getting ready to check back in for the Maroons.
Okay, we pretty much played even for almost the first 3.5 minutes of the third, so still a 13-point lead, Brendan.
She replaces Brooklyn Thomas.
We've got to expand this thing out. I'd like for it to be 18, 19, 20 going into the fourth.
Butcher has handled the ball very well, but now it's just trying to be composed and create separation. Butcher's now got it top of the key, met by a lot of pressure. Looks like the Lady Rebels has really upped the intensity of their defense.
One.
And there's
Aubrey Dalton.
Aubrey Dalton.
Hey, Savannah Heist with the assist, though.
Great pass.
Beautiful pass.
She's always looking for her teammates, and that's what you want to see from your best players with Maggie and Sydney do that. Man. Great play by the young lady. Two young ladies right there. Heist to Dalton off the ball. That's Aubrey Dalton after we were on a scoring drought there for a little while, James.
Beautiful. She's on point right now. She needs to be shooting more.
I'd say, yeah, I'd give the ball to her right now. It would take the pressure off Sydney right now.
She's just feeling it.
Chloe Dunn brings it up and almost turned over, but Forbes is there to pick it up.
I don't know if that pass is going to 3 or 22 right then.
Forbes finds it over to number 10, Macy Lee.
Looks like we're playing a 3-2, so they're running a 2-1-2 offense. So you got the one in the high post. Now they're coming back out.
Back to Forbes.
Looks like they're a little confused right here, Brandon.
Chancellor back to Forbes. Forbes to Macy
Somebody's
Lee.
got to be ready to shoot because their gaps
Here's
right there.
Dunn. Back down low.
Good, Maggie Holt with the hands.
That's got to be
nice
a tie
job.
up.
Should be us on the jump ball. They had first ball.
Took a minute for them to finally whistle that up, but yeah, definitely a tie up for the ball right there.
What's he doing? He don't know who the jump ball is, or what's he talking to Casey
Looks
County
like
cheerleaders
he's trying
about?
to keep the cheerleaders back, or there's some conversations there going on. First that I've ever seen that, but hey. Maggie Holt inbounds to Butcher for the Lady Maroons as we are leading 44-28 here in this third quarter with 3 minutes and 38 seconds left to go. Butcher to Heist. Heist looking for Martin down low, battling for position, not there. Butcher aims for the offense here and is going to dribble right side to Holt. Holt looking for Dalton, forces it and turns it over.
Get back, Savannah. She's busting her butt. Oh, ooh. No, that looks hard.
And that was Butcher
Madeline,
interrupting the play, and it looked like she took quite a hit from Chancellor.
She got rolled up on. I think she knocked the ball away cleanly, and the girl fell on her right there, but she got the foul called for it, but at least it stopped the transition. Ooh. I'm just glad it didn't hurt her.
She's kind of got a little bit of that Maggie Holt smile on her face there with Madeline Butcher. Took quite a hit right there.
Good jump
Holt
ball.
with the tie-up going for it with number 11, Ashlyn Wethington. Smiles on everybody's faces right now as it's going to stay with the Lady Rebels on their side. Number 10, Macy Lee's going to inbound it for the Rebels.
Sydney's dying to steal this pass.
Wethington at the top of the key, deflected by Martin as she's all over it right now. She's going to meet the freshman Forbes.
I actually love Sydney playing up top instead of playing down low.
Yeah. Her wingspan, you don't realize how much she really takes
Am
up.
I mistaken, or didn't she play a lot of the post-interior defense earlier in the year, and now we got her playing up high?
Yeah,
I like her up high.
She did. You're correct in saying that. Absolutely, yeah. Butcher now has it, splits the defenders.
Oh, nice back cut.
Great look for Dalton. She somehow gets it, loose.
Foul on Savannah.
Ice hits the floor. Very physical game. And they're going to call Savannah Heist, and that's her second. Fourth this half. Chloe Dunn now has the ball, is going to bring it up to meet the pressure from the Lady Maroons and finds Forbes on the right-hand side. Forbes looking for Dunn again, throws it away.
I wonder how many steals Madeline Butcher has tonight. Off the dribble three. Oh, Aubrey.
And there's
right
Aubrey
place,
Dalton with
right
the offensive rebound and putback. Puts the Lady Maroons up 18 after a full timeout here, and we're going to go to a commercial break, it looks like, maybe?
We cross-reference the value of your car with multiple sources. And here at Dong Franklin, we think it's worth more.
Are you serious?
When it comes to trading and selling, Don Franklin invests more in you.
For real?
Not just your vehicles.
Sorry, man. I don't know what came over me.
Happens all the time.
Sell us your vehicles. We really do pay more.
All right, back on the air. So we've got a 18-point lead we ballooned out to, which I love. So we got a full time over here. We got a little water spill, girls dancing around. Still haven't figured out, PC Maroons, where our student section is for our girls. So I'm going to implore you, Marshall Livesey and anybody else that's listening, get here on Wednesday night for the championship game and get us a student section.
Absolutely. I mean, these ladies are making a run right now. And
now our assistant principals look so nice over. Look how nice Cody Wesley and Julie Hoff look over there. They're on their phones.
If they were in my class, I would have to take their cell phones away from them. But that's okay.
Now they're talking to each other. Cody put his phone up, so there we go. Nice pass. Good block from behind. Maggie Holt, number 33, bringing the defense right here. All right, out-of-bounds play for Casey County. 2:21 left in the third. They're running a triple stack up top. Good defense by the Lady Maroons on the out-of-bounds play.
2-3 has really slowed them down a lot here in the second half, James.
Which, you know, with the lead that we have, that's probably a good call, Brandon, because it's going to be a lot harder to claw yourself back in the game with having to make 6, 7, 8 passes. Yeah, foul by Maggie.
Maggie Holt all over it with Chancellor right now.
She was about a second late.
Got a good whiff of a vape, which is not 3RT on the grounds of Madison.
Your nose is much better than
County.
mine. All right, good rebound, Madeline. Little point guard coming in. Now, Madeline, she's throwing that arm out there. I'm a little worried about she was going to get that. Kick out, beautiful. And
Martin for 3.
Bingo.
It's good.
She is feeling it. Madeline knew the whole time where she was going. She's got a bunch of dimes this game, Brandon.
Catches and shoots it in rhythm right there, James. It's such a better shot for her rather than trying to create it off the dribble right now.
Good rebound, Maggie.
NBA moves.
Girls have to be getting tired. That's a lot of trips up and down the floor.
Butcher's got it. Takes the screen from Holt. Calls the offense here for the Lady Maroons.
Behind the
Around
back.
the back.
Yes.
Finds Heist.
Savannah.
Thought about it. Let it go, young lady.
She needs a shot or two. I agree. Savannah, have some confidence.
Holt.
Don't move. Stay still,
Dribbles
Savannah.
right.
Maggie.
Another deep 3.
Oh, Savannah, look at that. Yes, sir.
Gets
What a
rewarded with
follow.
the offensive rebound. Way to go, Savannah.
Way to go, number 13. Savannah's about ready to transition into tennis season here too, Brandon, so we'll get
Yes,
to
she
call
has.
some of her games. We're about ready to go tennis and baseball here
Tennis
soon,
and
hopefully
baseball.
a softball game.
Webbington.
Oh,
taken
Savannah with the
away
steal.
by Heist.
What a
It looked
great
like everybody kind of quit playing. They thought the whistle was going to be blown, but it wasn't. Here's
pull up.
Martin on the baseline.
Beautiful gooseneck follow through. Sydney
Smile
is
on her
having
face
her
right
a
now.
third quarter.
Love that young lady. Here's Forbes for 3. It's in and out. Rebound.
Foul on Maggie, yes sir.
Number
that was
2,
a foul.
Chelsea Reed.
And all of a sudden, we look up, and we're up 25 points on this little run. Savannah's layup, Sydney's 3. I don't know of a single player out there that's having an off night tonight for the Lady Maroons, and that's exactly what you want to see with every one of these girls, from Brooklyn Thomas to Savannah Heist to Aubrey Dalton to Hannah Murray to Sydney Resch coming back in.
And that's the thing we can take away from this. Very unselfish tonight. Very good play. Your assist to turnover ratio is important at this time of the year.
I love that he just took Sydney out up 24 or 30 seconds to go. Brandon,
Absolutely.
I'm probably not putting her back in. Now he may, just to try to keep her happy, because she is not going to be happy on the bench ever.
I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't either. But, the bigger picture is that game on Wednesday night that can get you a district championship and get you a better draw in the regional tournament. That's what the whole thing is about, is getting to Rupp Arena.
Refusing to sit down as well, Sydney, as she's standing up on the bench. And I just love that girl's heart. I love it.
Look
Butcher,
at this.
all the way to the hoop, met with contact, and they're going to call Chloe Dunn.
That was
for the
pretty
foul.
good defense, Brandon. I'm not going to take up from Madeline right there. But hey, a lot of heart. She does not care to take it up among the trees ever. So let's go, Butcher. Knock them both down. Yeah, that's definitely not our fans, and that's embarrassing to have the opposite team's fans chanting against Madeline Butcher shooting free
Butcher
throws.
takes the free throw. It's good.
That cannot happen on Wednesday night.
Very odd.
All right, lead is 24 with 8 seconds to go. Will Casey get off a decent look? Okay, rebound. Oh, not a good D at all. Yeah, splash. I did not like her defense. Okay, we're up 21 at the end of 3, fans.
It's the common thread that ties us together, making life better for everyone. At CVNB, that means better banking, better accounts and lending, better experiences, better schools and better communities. Better. It's what ties us together. CVNB. Bank better.
And we are back. 21-point lead. 8 minutes to go. Let's just get out of this fourth quarter, Brandon, without getting anybody hurt.
Well, the crowd has piled in here for the second game tonight between the Rockets and the Briar Jumpers.
Brandon, our visitor side is almost completely full.
Yeah.
Now, home side, a lot of gaps over there. Maybe a few gaps behind us here up top, but definitely the bottom section of the visitor side is full. Somerset's got a good crowd.
Very lacking in the student section side of things, but maybe everybody's wanting to make sure if they can stamp their ticket to region where things really changes. But hey, to get to regions, you have to win these games first. And right now, we're seeing hopefully PC at the start of this fourth quarter try to hold on. Here is Dunn with the ball. It's met with contact, turned over, thrown away. It's going to stay with the Rebels.
That's one of those where you get a steal and a turnover in the same play. So something positive in the stat line and something negative in the stat line.
We got Macy Lee, Ashlyn Wethington.
Look at Madeline playing defense right now. They can't even get it in.
Into the game. Macy Lee has the ball right now, met by Butcher. Chelsea Reed has it now at the top of the key.
Oh, Maggie.
Stolen away by Maggie.
Here we go. She's too fast.
Goes coast to coast and lays it up and in. 56-33, Lady Maroons now coasting.
Oh, that's
and
a
there's
kick.
Martin.
How's that not a kick?
I don't know, but it's a very odd called game here as it's been a lot of contact here, and they're going to call Dunn as Maggie Holt almost took the pass away that was, I guess, either meant for her or Butcher. They're smiling about it.
Maggie the Hammer Holt. What an athlete, man.
The Hammer.
Got her.
Look
Beautiful
at
pass.
Pass right there to Martin.
Maggie's tapping herself on top of the head like, hey, I got you, girl. I got you. I saw it the whole way.
Great finish there by Martin, who's fighting through a lot of pain right now, it seems.
Can we say that's a play that Coach Cal would have never run that Coach A just run?
No, absolutely not.
Yes.
That's the one that beat us in Michigan State twice.
Hey, we just get it in against him. Savannah, charge. Yes, sir. Look how excited she is.
Yes, should be.
Yes.
Look at that, hugging her teammates. I love it. Savannah rewarded, finally.
Brandon, back when I used to have coach girls basketball, we'd always keep track of charges.
Yeah.
And that was one of our biggest awards at the end of the year, to chart how many actually unselfish plays you can make.
Well, I know a lot of collegiate teams gives away WWE title belts for their player of the games in the locker rooms between coaches and players. I'd give the belt to Savannah right there. Taking the charge.
Deep. Oh, that looked dead on. Aubrey, she's going to fight for it.
And still no tie-up. They're going to say Reed or Chancellor's got it. Let her bring it up. Chancellor looks down to Wethington.
Oh, Aubrey!
Blocked by Dalton,
come out of nowhere.
Call her on the foul.
She's got it. No, I think she's out of bounds.
Okay.
Is it not? Yes, what some hustle. I'm going to give her defensive player of the game again.
Dunn has stepped up tonight for the Rebels and had quite a game, but has not had a supporting cast to step up here for the Rebels for.
Savannah.
Wethington's had a pretty good half, and she's met with Savannah.
Man, I like Savannah. She's tough. Maggie's tough. Brooklyn's tough. I mean, our bigs are as good as they get in the region. I love all three of them.
Well, the grit to go in and do the things that it's not really popular, that not everybody wants to sign up to do. That's Savannah Heist, and we don't get to sing her praises enough, but that's exactly what she brings to the table. And at this time of the year, where every possession matters, you need a player like that. You need a dog to get in there and keep things alive for you. And Maggie can do that for you, too.
Absolutely.
If in the event that we need to move her down to the low block. She's playing a lot of point forward right now for the Maroons, and it's changed the way we played. Here is Dalton, who's had a great game here for the Maroons. Trying to find Heist as she gets on the floor for it. She's going to fill that one tomorrow, and they're not going to call
elbows. Yep, they're going to get Savannah for that.
She tied it up with Macy Lee, and
I don't know what else you're supposed to do in that situation. I mean, she wasn't trying to hurt anybody. She was trying to keep them from tying her up.
4
so
fouls.
I don't know what you're supposed to do in that situation. Just sit there and let them tie you up, I guess.
She's frustrated as she's going to try to walk it off to the end of the bench before she takes her seat. But
she's played really well.
Here is number 10, Macy Lee, trying to split the defense, and now they call a kickball, which they haven't. 3 times already. She's joking with the stripes about it. I love her personality. Almost got the steal there on Macy Lee, but no, not there. Sydney Martin really dialing up her defensive intensity, and there is the roll for number 2, Chelsea Reed, behind the arc in the corner for a 3.
Brendan, that was sort of weird because it hit the far rim and did backspin and come back toward us to go in the net.
In the corner, too,
Yes.
which is really odd. Aubrey Dalton met with a lot of contact from number 2, Chelsea Reed. She puts it on the floor, and they're going to call Reed for the foul, it looks
I
like.
like it when Aubrey sometimes just says, I'm taking it to the rack against you. She's strong.
When she has her mind
And she's a
to
great
it,
free throw shooter, so that's another plus. Get yourself to the line.
I would not want to be on those train tracks when that train's coming through because she is a handful. Aubrey Dalton's played really well and been really great the last 4 games of letting the game come to her, not trying to force anything. She misses the free throw as Butcher has the rebound, kicks it to Holt, lays it off the glass. It's not there. Dalton went for the rebound. It's not there. Here's Chancellor, goes coast to coast, tries Euro step to lay it up. It's out of bounds. They're going to say it stays with the Rebels.
Hey, Madeline almost decided to take a charge, and then the last second she sort of backed out a little bit right there. I think she got a little afraid of getting run over.
She took a shot to the face right there, too, and she decided to bow out of that play. Inbound play, almost intercepted by Martin. It's off the foot, and Murray's got it. Kicks it to her point guard, Madeline Butcher, who's going to bring it up here slowly. And it's stolen away by Chelsea Reed. Bad pass by the point guard.
Oh, got run over.
And Reed and Murray lands on top of each other.
Hannah's so small, she's not going to hurt anybody when she lands on them, so that's not a big deal right there.
Yeah. The intensity for both teams right now, it's been a very physical game.
Now, Brandon, I'm going to go ahead and say this. We're up 20. Sydney goes to my bench with 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, I thought she would probably need to stay there. Maybe they saw that, if they had a couple of threes right here that you would kind of want your starters in the game.
I'm not going to question Coach A. He's got 25-plus years experience coaching.
Yep.
So he knows what he's doing, definitely when it gets to be district and region time.
Absolutely. I will swear by that. I'm not I don't know what a basketball Benny is, James. I guess I am one a little bit, but, it's all right to be a fan of the game and have an opinion. Here is number 2, Chelsea Reed.
Good block by Sydney.
And blocked by Martin. No call. It's very physical right here as they're going to call timeout now as Coach A calls timeout.
Okay, I've not really seen a timeout on a fast break transition before, but I have now.
If you need a quality work uniform, rugs replaced, new dust mops to keep it fancy, or your bathroom supplies topped off, call Cintas at 606-679-3703. We'll get you ready for the workday.
I'm Chandler Godby.
And I'm Aiden Wesley, and using Cintas is a touchdown in our book.
Thanks, Cintas, for your support of the Maroon Athletics.
All right, Brandon, we're back. How often you get to see both cheerleaders cheering at the same time where you can't understand anything that's said?
Isn't there cheerleading etiquette to where, it's an agreement that you wouldn't want to do that? Is it kind of rude, or?
I thought they took turns during timeouts of who's supposed to be out on the floor.
Like opposing bands, one band plays and the other school band plays, but we often see that duel a lot where you can't hear anything. which is going to happen quite a bit in the next 8 days, James.
Which is a little different than dueling banjos. You know,
I like the dueling banjos, but it's a bad sign if you're in the wild or Buck Creek and you hear it. You need to
very
run.
bad sign.
You need to run.
If you're in Buck Creek and hear that, then you better be wondering where Burt Reynolds and the Deer Hunter and a few other people
That was
may be.
famous wise words from Mr. Dykes himself, who said, if you ever have that happen.
And Stephen Dyke,
Run.
speaking of, we need to give a plug for his outfitter service.
Yeah, absolutely. Buck Creek Outfitters.
If you
Stephen Dykes.
ever want to go, look at Madeline.
Butcher. Had the wide open layup not there. They're going to call jump ball late.
She was so wide open.
Yeah.
That I think maybe she
it
surprised
shocked her.
herself. But speaking of Buck Creek Outfitters, I've been 3 times. I would give them a 10 out of 10 all 3 times. You go ahead and pack everything down to the creek and set up, and for $20 you can't beat it. They give you a teacher discount, 20% off.
You and Chris Fabrizio know that really well, and they're going to say turnover now on the Maroons.
I agree.
Kick it back to the Rebels. Bad possession there by the Maroons as they are still up 18 with 4 minutes left. Might be the longest 4 minutes that we call tonight.
Brendan, it's not often that you can go to a county that has the largest creek in the world and the smallest creek in the world in the same county.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
And when the water levels are up, I hear it's really nice. I've never done it. You've told me about it, and
Dude,
sounds like a good time.
You got to put it on your list.
Buck Creek?
Buck Creek with Stephen Dykes and Josh Jones.
Free throw is up, and it's good by Wethington.
No. Oh, it's there.
Martin
Okay.
catches the inbounds pass, finds Hannah Murray, who wasn't expecting it.
Oh, I thought that's out on Hannah.
They're going to say out on Chelsea Reed for the Lady Rebels. It's going to stay with the Maroons. Coach A wants another timeout to give his ladies an earful. And we're going to go to our
All of us at Gobby Realty and Auction wishing the best of luck to all the boys and girls teams playing in the district and regional tournaments coming up. The greatest time in the Bluegrass, Sweet 16 basketball. Realty and Auction, a real estate auction company that's been in business in Pulaski County for 58 years. If you have a need to sell residential, commercial, farm, or personal property, give us a call. Rick Barker at 606-678-4865.
All right, we are back. Brendan Foister leads suddenly down to 16. Not as comfortable as it was. We were up 25 a few minutes ago.
Maggie Holt has the ball.
Maggie's got such good ball handling skills for big, Brendan.
Really
I'm very impressed.
She's met
She can use that left hand very nicely.
Met by Chloe Dunn and finds Martin at the top here, who finds a trap here. She's met by Dunn. Finds Holt. Holt kicks it back to Butcher.
Okay, looks like we're running stall ball right here. We just need to run offense.
Bodies are everywhere. Defense is up. Brooklyn Thomas now with the baseline jumper, in and out. Can't quite get it. Rebound to Dunn. Dunn's going to dribble it up, and they're going to call reaching in on number 25, Hannah Murray, which there you are, I guess. Very physical on one side of the court, and then they call a hand check on the opposite end. Bodies are flying, and Coach A is going to put his starters back in with Aubrey Dalton and Savannah Heist. Rebound went to Holt, and we have a stall on the clock. They're going to say a 2-shot foul as Aubrey Dalton and Savannah Heist checks into the game. Folks, it's Maroon Sports Network. I'm Brandon Foister, sidekick James Murray here in our production crew. It's bringing you the live action. Thank you for tuning in to Maroon Sports Network on YouTube. If you haven't already, hit the red subscribe button. Give us some love here. Savannah Heist hits the deck, and the rebound goes to Chancellor. She has a baseline 3. 2 Rebels run into each other, and the ball is loose. They're going to call jump ball. Possession stays with the Rebels. as both teams have been really sloppy here in these last 5 minutes of action, but very physical. Inbounding the ball is Chelsea Reed. She finds her point guard, number 23, Gill. Gill tries to find Dunn, but is intercepted by Martin, who goes coast to coast, lays it off the glass and in. Sydney Martin puts the Maroons up 18 here to try to close the chapter of this first round of the district game. Might be a little bit too much here as Chelsea Reed trying to get something going for the Rebels, finds Chancellor. Chancellor back to Reed, tries to look for Wethington, number 11, down low. She can't handle it. It's a turnover.
Brandon, you blink an eye and we're right back. Well, we're up 18 here with about 2:53 to go. So Sydney's running deep. Maggie's got it. What an arm.
Look at that
She's
Tom
out
Brady
throwing
pass here. Touchdown almost.
Oh, good back tip.
Just missed her receiver, but Butcher's there to get it in the corner to clean it up and now run the offense.
What a save by Sydney.
Sydney just getting it done tonight, playing hurt.
Okay,
she has the ball and is met by Gill.
Sometimes I like to just see their one-on-one ball handling skills right here. Madeline, I just knew she was going for that layup. She backed it right back
guarded by
out.
number 11, Wethington, as the Rebels have extended their defense out, and that's going to be a reach-in on Wethington. Butcher was trying to dribble around her.
All right, a lot of free throws coming up, fans. So stay tuned if you want to see Game 2 of the doubleheader. We'll go off the air shortly before we come back on, so we'll call the other game and sort of give our thoughts on how we're going to match up on Wednesday night against the champion of game number 2.
Butcher misses the first one, and Chancellor has it. Finds her point guard, Gill. Gill kicks it to Wethington. Back to Dunn at the top of the key for 3. It's good.
Nice.
Catch and release.
Down to 15 all of a sudden.
Chloe Dunn, and they're going to call a hold right now on.
We had a missed free throw and a 3. So, Madeline, let's go. Let's knock these down.
They call it on Molly Gill, number 23, a freshman point guard for the Rebels.
Now the question is, does she get her athleticism from Steve, from Pam, from Brad, or from Jennifer?
That is the question. I'm gonna go Steve.
Going Steve.
I'm gonna go Steve.
It comes Apple
when we teach pedigrees and genetics, it always starts at the top with your parent, your parental generation.
You are the biology
grandparents.
teacher, so I am confirming.
It's all
your
Steve
suspicion.
Butcher, baby.
Steve
Butcher right here. His DNA down
Look
to
at
Brad.
that. It's good. You mentioned it. Oh,
there it
beautiful.
is.
That's all you had to mention. All right, up
Maddie
17 with 2:02 to go.
Great young lady, though. She's going to be a great one here at Pulaski County High School, no doubt.
Good,
Rebound
Aubrey.
to
Pull it
Dalton
down,
there
girl.
again, doing the dirty work tonight. Aubrey Dalton, senior for the Maroons, finds her point guard, or Madeline Butcher.
I love the way Maggie Holt, well, I just bragged on her.
Madeline has had someone on her hip all night long, and so is Maggie. Maggie Holt is followed everywhere by number 4, Chloe Dunn. Here's the inbounds play to Heists, who catches it, dribbles it up, tries to dribble, hand off to her point guard.
That's definitely a foul, but
and
timeout.
Maggie took a shot to the face.
A timeout before the foul, I guess, Brandon. So we'll just stay live, fans. 17-point lead with 1:35 to go.
We have been very blessed in just a year's time, James, of doing this with all of your work that you've been doing with the crew that you have and these students and behind the scenes, all the work that gets done, as well as our sponsors who've jumped in graciously to make all of this happen.
I'm so excited. I'm not said this yet, but tomorrow in first period, it's going to be your goal to get the entire science department, since you're department chair, to play our brand new hot video for the boys basketball district that Stephen Conway come and dropped on me Friday at school and says, you release this on Tuesday morning, get the boys pumped up. And I'm going to tell you, if you thought the cheerleader hot video would make you run through a wall, get ready for the boys basketball hot video.
I can't wait. I will gladly politic for that to happen in the science department for sure. Love some hype videos, and I love to get hype for the guys, but the ladies going to get it done tonight first. It's ladies' night.
Stephen told me to tell the ladies that he's going to try to have them one ready by regional tournament. He's been bombarded with work, so he's doing a lot of other schools' work too. So He said, ladies, I'm going to try my best to have you one before the regional tournament. So that's her standing so far on the ladies' hot video.
Of course, Pulaski County High School's own Nate Unthink, who has been working for the Commonwealth Journal.
Whoa, yep.
And they're going to call Butcher for the offensive
she just
foul.
extends the forearm a little bit, too much. You can't chicken wing it all the way up. So I thought she'd done that a time or two earlier.
I like to see Butcher do the same thing to get her back here to make them call it a here on this side. Gill met in the corner with a trap, dribbles it out to Reed. Reed's going to let it go for three. Maggie jumped a little too early. And Chloe Dunn is there, and they're going to call Maggie Holt for the foul.
Maggie's surprised, but you just can't lower your arms at all in that situation right there. She fouled out. Wow, I did not know that. Maggie Holt going
into
to
the game
line.
is Brooklyn Thomas. Coach A is a little surprised as he's letting his statistician know that I didn't know that was her fifth.
Good job, Maggie Holt. Brandon, tonight we are going to interview 3 players of the game.
Okay.
So tonight, I probably should let you vote on it, but we went ahead and went with Madeline Butcher. Bunch of steals, good defensive performance. Obviously, Sydney Martin, she's lit it up tonight. I'd say she's probably close to 30. I've not done an official count.
Yeah.
And then Aubrey Dalton, to me, just keeps behind the scenes of just making steals and defensive, grinding it out.
Love her
And
game.
not a huge offensive performance, but played her role to perfection.
Huge nonetheless, absolutely, yeah.
Brooklyn
Definitely
got
made
her.
Here's that same play they've scored on twice tonight with Sydney Martin. The home run pass, I like to say. Butcher's being met by Elizabeth Forbes.
Savannah.
Savannah hit the deck. This Butcher's going to dribble it out. As she's met with contact by Chelsea Reed, who stomps over her. Wow.
Okay, Coach, please take
The
Sydney
junior.
out with 57 seconds left, up 15. Please.
Yeah, somebody's going to get hurt here, but hey, that's a physical game tonight here between both teams. There is Chancellor, who intercepts the inbounds play from a young Brooklyn Thomas freshman mistake.
Nice move.
Lays it up and in and cuts into this lead.
Okay, Madeline back to the free throw line. Let's see the freshman grow up and knock these down. 13, as close as it's been in a long time. I personally don't think they have enough time to make this comeback, but, turnover here and there, missed free throw here and there, maybe,
Trying to play hack-a-shack here, seeing if it works out for them. We got a message this weekend from the great Pulaski County High School gridiron coach, Johnny Hines, who wanted to announce, it was news to me,
Beautiful
that
free
his
throw.
quarterback this season, Bryson Duggar, is going to be signing.
One of the very best in the state of Kentucky.
Absolutely. Susie Duggar's grandson. Signing with the University of Cumberland's. Big for that young man. I know he's excited about physical therapy, and the PA program at the Cumberlands is top-notch. So a bright future for Bryson Duggar. Happy for that young man. Madeline Butcher's got it, and with all goes well upon an utter collapse, it looks like the Lady Maroons are going to come out on top of this.
Yeah, it looks
here.
like they quit fouling, so it looks like
Just
we're
don't
just
want
gonna
anybody
run
to
this
get
thing
hurt
out.
here.
But yeah, Friday at 3:30, fans in our cafeteria. We've got to see if we can get the people to do it, but look here.
It's coast
Boom.
to coast, no call,
Nice
but she
left-handed
was
layup.
hacked on the way up. Sydney Martin, nice move, nice handles, patience, young lady. Got the scoop and score. Ball's on the floor as
Madeline's
Butcher's got it.
She'll just hold it. We'll run off the clock.
And that's going to be the end of the season for the Lady Rebs.
And your Lady Maroons advance to the championship game on Wednesday night by the score of 65-49. And Brandon, I cannot hear anything.
I like to think that, we came out of this unscathed, but Sydney Martin is, that's going to be the thing to watch for the next couple of days as everybody plays their game up a notch this time of year. And you of course, want everyone healthy, but Sydney Martin, I would like to see her well regards going forward and plenty of room for everybody else to step up.
All right, we're waiting for the 3 players of the game to get down to interview with Allie LaForce. So it looks like they've not transitioned that way just yet, Brandon. But speaking of, we'll do a really quick post game so you and I can rest our voice and get ready for game number 2. The fans will come back here in, 10, 15 minutes and get ready for the second half of the doubleheader. So it looks like Aubrey's walking into position. I still see Sydney and Madeline out here, so we've got to wait till they make it their way over to Allie LaForce. But Brandon, overall, I'll probably give us a 9.2 out of 10 tonight. Now, we had a lot of turnovers we could clear up, missed free throws, but overall, lots of energy, especially on the defensive end. And to me, defense wins a lot of ball games.
Yeah, I like the patience and the grit from this team, from Aubrey Dalton tonight and Madeline Butcher playing with a lot of confidence in her, first starting role in the district tournament here for the Maroons, adding the helm. She handled the pressure extremely well tonight, and I like the pressure that we applied on that first half to really create that cushion to put us up big going forward. So, it was an overall team experience here tonight and team effort for this win as we gear up to see the Rockets and the Jumpers take the court now.
All right, I see Aubrey in position. I see Madeline in position. Oh, it's Sydney. So it looks like, no, it's Aubrey. So we just need Sydney Martin in picture. And here we go. We're getting almost ready for the post-game interview. Looks like we're getting them all in position. Somebody's talking to Sydney here off camera, so I don't know who that is. So fans, we'll get ready to transition over here in just a second. Go.
So you had a bunch of steals out there. Break it down for us.
That's a solid team, and that was a good win, and that gives us a secured spot in the region. So now we just want to try to go get a district title.
Yeah, right. Okay, so how does it feel coming out of this championship and knowing that you guys just beat them? So going into the next game.
I feel like it'll be a battle with whoever team we play, but I feel like that we have the team and the coaching to do it. So I
agree. You guys had a good game. It's Allie, so let's go back up to the booth.
All right, that will wrap up our post-game interview. Allie LaForce, great job talking to Sydney, and Aubrey and Madeline Butcher are players of the game. So, Brandon, I'm going to make it short and quick. Let's wrap it up and get ready to go to game number 2. Final word?
Final word, I think going forward, I like the confidence of our young ladies and our grit, and I just want to hope that Sydney Martin's ready to go going forward. As they announced her just player of the game statistically for our side, but just keep the ball rolling and make sure that we take care of the ball and continue to play high-octane, high-offensive power team that we've got here.
Over and out.